back to my channel. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to use for loops in Python. For loops are what you use when you want to perform an action many times without having hundreds of lines in your code. Now, let's get started. For loops in Python. What are for loops? For loops are used to iterate through iterables, or more specifically, a list of values. Looping through lists, dictionaries, tuples, and sets. Let's say you have a list of people's names and you want to print them out line by line. The best way to do this would be this, but this is a little more advanced, so we're going to focus on this. So, in main.py, we say my list equals Roger, Steve, Peter, and Patrick. This is a list of people's names. Now, for person in my list, we're going to print person. So, now if we run our program, the for loop iterates through the list. On each iteration, the variable person that we create here and use here is set to a person's name. On the first iteration, it's set to Roger. On the second one, it's set to Steve, and so on. The for loop automatically creates the variable person if it hasn't already been created. All of this can be done with dictionaries, sets, and tuples as well. This will output Roger, Steve, Peter, and Patrick because the for loop iterates through the list, my list, and prints out the values. So I'll show you another example here. So we're going to create a list. I'm going to see if I can zoom in. Okay. So we're going to create the list, and the list is going to contain hi, bye, hello, goodbye, welcome, and then for string in my list. So you can set this variable name to anything you want. You can even set it to color or food, whatever. So city in my list, but it'll still work. So print, I'm having a hard time typing. Print city. Now it's going to print out hi, bye, hello, goodbye, and welcome. Because on each iteration, this city variable got set to one of these values. First it got set to hi, then it got set to bye, then hello, then goodbye, and welcome. This is how for loops work. Looping through a range of numbers. Let's say you want to print out a sequence of numbers without having to call the print function many times. This is when you would use a for loop with a range. Let's print every number from 0 to 99. So in main.py, we have for I in range 100, print I. So again, you can name this variable whatever you want, but usually in examples people use I, so that's why I'm using I here. So Python 3 main.py to run our file, and I like to think of range as a function that returns a list of numbers. It doesn't though, and range is actually a type or a class. Types and classes are a little advanced for now, so we're not going to focus on those. So range 100 returns exactly 100 numbers. In computers, numbers start at 0, not 1. This is why we get the numbers 0 through 99 when we say range 100. And then the for loop takes the iterable of numbers and iterates through it. This will output the numbers 0 through 99 because the for loop iterates through range 100. Let me show you a few more examples in the Python shell. So I'm going to split this part up into 3 sections: start, stop, and step. So actually, when you use a range, you can specify 3 different values. For now, we've just been using 1. But if you want to really customize your list of numbers, you can pass in 3 values. Now we're going to focus on the start value, which is the first value. So all this time we've been using for I in range 101 prints I. Then you would get the numbers 0 to 100, which is exactly 101 numbers. But what if you wanted your list of numbers to start at 1 instead of 0? All you have to do is specify the start value and then the stop value. This way, you can tell it where to start. So now our list of numbers starts at 1 and ends at 100. This is how you use the start value in ranges. Now let's learn about the stop value. The for I in range, now let's use a start and then the stop value. So if you specify 101 as the stop value, what it's doing is, it's saying I should start at 1, so first it should be set to 1, and then it should be less than 101. So it starts at 1, and then it's less than 101. When it gets to a point where it can't increment anymore, because we're saying it's less than 101, it just stops. It breaks out of the loop. This is how you use stop values. Here's one more example. If you want to print out the numbers 1 to 500, you would say 1501. So what happens here is, first I gets set to 1, and then on each iteration it checks if I is less than 1. It's less than 501. If it is, awesome. It prints out the value, because we say so here. But if it isn't, so it's at 501 now, and 501 is not less than 501, then it just breaks out of the loop. So now we get the numbers 1 to 500. Now let's learn about the step value. So we can say for I in range 1, 101, and 1. For now I'll do 51 so we don't get much output. Why do we specify this extra 1 here? This is to tell Python that we want to increment the number I by 1 on each iteration. Watch. On each iteration, I is incremented by 1. So first it's at 1, and then it's at 2, and then it's at 3, and it keeps going on like that. So if you want it to increment I by 2 each time, you would just say that. And then look at that. It starts at 1, and then increments by 2, and then again, and then again, and then again, until it gets to 49. If you want to print out all the odd numbers between one number and the other, you would just use the step value. So if you want to print out all the even numbers from 0 to 50, you would just say 0, and then 51 actually, and then 2. Look at that. You get 0, and then increments it by 2, all the way up to 50. What if you want the numbers from 0 to 50, while I increments by 5 each time? You would just say this. And look at that. You get exactly 10 numbers. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you get 10 numbers here. Actually you get 11, sorry, because we have this extra 0. If you want to remove the 0, you can say it should start at 5. And now we get 10 numbers. So this is how you use the step value. Okay guys, that was it for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any questions or comments. Also, be sure to watch my next video, and thanks for watching. And also, if you want to practice for loops on your computer, all you have to do is click on the link in the description, download the file, open it up with a browser, and practice.